Let's go live to Charlie Clifford with Frank Reich. Charlie, take it away.
AC, thank you very much, Coach. We appreciate you taking the time after, let's just say what it is, the biggest regular season win of the Frank Reich era in Indianapolis. When you met with your team post-game, what came to mind and what came out of your mouth?
I was just so proud of the way we put it together in the biggest game of the year, really, for us. I mean, it's a 1-0 mindset. We got to continue to fight every week to get better. But we all knew that we had climbed back to 500 and that this one was significant against a great team like this. So just proud of the way the guys played.
I saw more fist pumps from Frank Reich today on the sideline than I think I did in any game. Jonathan Taylor, when you get a moment with him to put this one to bed, what do you want to make sure he knows about what he did today?
I mean, Jonathan is just, I just love how team-oriented. We all know he's a unique talent, one of the best players in the league. But the thing that we love most about him is he's a great leader. He's selfless. It's always about the team. It's never, he doesn't like the attention. He gets uncomfortable with the attention. But man, he's a great leader and a great player, a great person.
Your quarterback, this team, some wrote him off about a month ago. Here you are with Tom Brady coming to your building, knowing your fans want a little payback. What does that make you feel?
Well, hey, they're the defending world champions, that we're facing this week, in Lucas Oil, and we have the utmost respect for that team, and obviously the utmost respect for Tom Brady, who is, the greatest of all time. So it'll be a great challenge for us. We need to build off the momentum of this game and find a way to get better. Find a way to try to beat the defending world champions.
Coach Reich, you didn't blink. Your team didn't blink. Congratulations on the win.
Thanks, Charlie.
Appreciate it. AC, that is Coach Reich back in Buffalo as, again, we revisit all the magic that your head coach has put together in this stadium, the comeback in 1993. You heard it from him to start his post-game remark. He wanted to go there, and clearly that was a much deeper message than we would ever be able to get broken down here in a quick post-game interview. But for that type of character to come out immediately after a win like this, I think that tells Jim Irsay, Chris Ballard, and everyone who wears a Colts jersey exactly what is made up in here with your head coach. Now, of course, Jonathan Taylor, one of maybe the top 5 performances on an individual level in NFL history. Certainly that will be the takeaway today, along with the Colts getting clearly back into this playoff picture. Not only the playoff picture, but there will be plenty around the league that think, okay, who can't the Colts beat in the AFC? As we've seen, it is one of the most balanced seasons we've seen in league history in the AFC. But for it all to come together in Buffalo, if you believe in coincidences, sure, go ahead. We'll chalk it up as that. But I think something tells so many fans at home that maybe there is a little magic in store this time around. And we're going to bring in Zach Kiefer, Wish TV Colts insider. Zach, you spoke with Jim Irsay on the elevator in the closing minutes of this win. What did the Colts owner tell you?
Yeah, you want to know what Jim Irsay was doing in the second half of this game? He was texting Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning and the great Edgerrin James, telling them, turn on the TV and watch what number 28 is doing. A historic day, 5 touchdowns for Jonathan Taylor. No Colt in Indianapolis or Baltimore history has ever done that.
Right.
And he said, Edgerrin wrote back and said, I really like this dude. So a historic day for Jonathan Taylor. And Jim Irsay says, I was there when Gale Sayers ran for 6 touchdowns. That's the NFL record, most in a game. He's pretty happy with his young running back.
Only a few select people in the NFL, like Jim Irsay, can dial it back to 1965 and say, I was there then.
Wrigley Field.
And I'm there now. We'll get to more on that in a moment. Let's continue your post-game walk. We're waiting for the podium action to start. You connect with General Manager Chris Ballard. What did he tell you?
Yeah, this team's getting hot at the right time. And I kind of told him, well, before the season, you said, let's see how it plays out, and then you can kick me in the teeth. And I think it's pretty clear to say this team wasn't ready to start 0-3, 1-4, couldn't close big games. But if you go back and look, overtime loss to Baltimore, overtime loss to Tennessee. Without those losses, if they were able to finish those, they're 8-3 right now and in the conversation for the 1 seed. They couldn't finish those games, but they finished today in a very demonstrative way. This team's getting hot. They're as healthy as they've been all year. And I wouldn't want to see them in December if I'm another team in the AFC.
It's amazing how quickly this story shifted quickly on Ballard, because I kind of ran into him like you did to Jim. He's walking down this tunnel behind us, and I go, wow, that's unbelievable. And he turns to me and goes, unbelievable? What do you mean unbelievable? No, it's not. I'm like, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And that's in regards to Jonathan Taylor's 5-touchdown day. Let's break down what we just heard from Frank Reich in terms of who gets the credit for finding Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah,
I believe Frank Reich sent a pretty clear message.
Interrupted the question. He wouldn't even let me finish, and he said, Chris Ballard. It was Chris Ballard. It was Chris Ballard. And remember, they had Marlon Mack coming off a 1,000-yard season in 2019, a very good offensive line. You don't take running backs in the first round or the second round very often anymore. Chris Ballard was pushing Jonathan Taylor heavy in the draft. I'll never forget what Morocco Brown, their director of college scouting, said about a week before the draft. They're on a Zoom call, and they're debating, do we need to take Jonathan Taylor? Can we live without him? And Morocco Brown said, imagine this guy behind our offensive line. And look at what he's done since. He's got 1,444 yards from scrimmage this season in 11 games. That's 133 average. Is that good?
I'm going to round up and say that's good. How about 27 career touchdowns now in 27 career regular season games?
15 touchdowns this season. He's the best player in football that's not a quarterback, maybe the best player in football the last 5 weeks.
You saw Nyheim Hines back that up, saying if the MVP conversation is truly anyone out there, Jonathan Taylor needs to be in that discussion.
It's not. That's the problem. It's always going to go to a quarterback. But Jonathan Taylor is playing as well as any position player in the league right now. He's the heart and soul of this Colts offense. And today he put on a historic show. I'm sure Colts fans enjoyed it from home. 5 touchdowns, 200 yards. It seems like he does this every week.
Only a select few can sum it up, like Zach Kiefer, our Wish TV Colts insider. Zach, thanks for the time. AC, our thoughts, that's where they stand as of now in Buffalo. We'll send it quickly back to you.
All right, Charlie, Zach Kiefer, our Colts insider, thank you.